Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Laura Canfield Show, the Awaken to Happiness Now Global Series. Thank you so much for being here with us today, and I'm so excited. We have a brand new guest speaker to the show today. Probably not new to you, but she is new to the show. So Sara Landon is here with us today talking about mastering the human experience. And so some of what Sara's going to be talking to us about, and she's going to bring in the council to talk about some of this as well, is how to discover your life's purpose. What is your calling, and how to begin living your life's purpose now? And I know that is a huge question for a lot of us, right? And so I'm so excited to hear what they have to say about that, and why you must master the human experience to live in heaven on earth, the new earth, the fifth dimension, and unity consciousness, and how to awaken to your soul's ultimate purpose, manifest your soul's desires, and live an extraordinary life. And we're also going to talk about remembering who you are, why you are here, and what you intended when you chose this life experience, and how manifesting your soul's desires will transform your life, career, relationships, health, and finances so that you thrive. And so I'm so excited about all of this because I can see, in this whole conversation, some of the stuff that I've done in my life to manifest my soul's desires. And you all know my story so often, so you've heard it. But, it truly is about, going within and really, focusing on what you truly desire and taking action and so on and so forth. So we'll talk about that with Sara and the collective in just a few moments. So for those of you who don't know Sara, she is a globally celebrated transformational leader, spiritual teacher, visionary entrepreneur, and channel of the Council. And her work with the Council is being regarded as the next great channeled wisdom on our planet. And the Council is an energetic presence of non-physical beings whose intention is to assist humanity in reaching new levels of expanded awareness and higher level consciousness. So together, Sara and the Council are fueling spiritual growth and personal transformation all around the world, leading the way for evolutionary advancements in human potential and the acceleration of unity consciousness. And the Council's profound and powerful teachings have proven life-changing to countless people who have applied their wisdom to create greater levels of wealth, health, joy, love, peace, abundance, fulfillment, and purpose in their lives. And the intention of the Council's teaching is to help you remember who you are, why you are here, and what you intended when you chose this life experience, so that you may become everything that you are meant to be. And whether you've been on a spiritual path your entire life, or you're just beginning to awaken to the power within you, an experience of Sara and the Council can indeed be described as coming home to your own truth, which is quite possibly the gift of a lifetime. Oh my goodness, I absolutely agree. So I'm so excited that Sara and the Council are here with us. So please open up your hearts, open up your minds, open up your energy fields, and be open to receiving the wisdom, the teachings, the energy, the love from Sara and the Council. And right now, please open your hearts to welcome Sara and the Council to our show today. So Sara, welcome. I'm so excited.
Oh, thank you for that beautiful introduction. I am so excited and so honored to be here with you and your community. It just never ceases to amaze me that we can be sitting in different continents all over the world in different places, but still sharing this moment of love and light and coming together in our hearts at this time. So I'm so excited to be here and talk about all the things that you shared in the introduction, as well as getting to the questions that people have. So thank you.
Oh, absolutely. And that reminds me again, if you have questions for Sara and the Council, you can hit *2 to raise your hand, or you can submit questions on the Q&A. Sometimes I mention it before and sometimes I mention it after. But I'm so excited about that because there's just so much that we can delve into. But before we start, Sara, because this is the first time that you're on our show, can you just share a little bit about your journey and how you came to work with the Council, how you came to channel the Council, and what that is like for you?
Yeah, well, so I began my experience really at a very young age. I was born into a very loving Christian family and learned about Jesus and the teachings of the Bible. And at the same time, at a very young age, around 7 or 8 years old, I was also exposed through my beloved aunt to spirituality. And she was really part of the New Age movement back in the early 80s, studying past lives and reincarnation and meditation and, you know, how you use your thoughts to create things in your life. And so I was just, it felt like absolute truth to me at such a young age that anything was possible for us, that there was this power in us that was also in everyone and everything, and that we were so much more than just these bodies, and that there were many ways to God, but ultimately God is love. And that resonated so deeply with me. From a very, very young age, it's been my passion, it's been my curiosity. But as I went through my 20s and late teens, early 20s, you know, I got very into personal development and the art and science kind of achievement. And so at that time, I was on this path to create what I thought was the seemingly perfect life. You know, I looked outside of myself and I said, you know, what does it mean to be successful? And if I do those things, then I'll be happy, right? And so I, you know, went to school and got a great job and climbed the corporate ladder. I was in the corporate world for many, many years, and, you know, got married, bought a house, took vacations, and yet inside I knew I really wasn't living my truth. And I was so empty feeling, although on the outside, you know, my life looked very fulfilled. And so I had a series of events, and I think so many people can relate to this. You're going through life and you're doing the best you can each day, and you're going to work, and yet you know things aren't right, but you still keep the smile on your face. But there was a series of events that really, I believe, were divinely orchestrated to help awaken me to my truth and the divine plan for my life, and help me really get in touch with my purpose. And I believe this happens for all of us. And sometimes in the moment, it feels like, you know, your life is really falling apart. For me, I went through an experience where my brother died in a car accident. A few years after that, I got melanoma and went through several surgeries to try to heal from cancer, which was a very, very painful experience. And then I got divorced. I changed my career. I moved from my home, and it really seemed like my whole life was kind of falling apart. And my life as I knew it then really was. But what I now know is that, you know, when we go through those things, your life is not really falling apart. It's falling into place. And if you can just let go and really allow life to unfold for you and look for the gifts in some of these things that feel like our greatest obstacles or a great sense of loss, it's really the old parts of us falling away. And so this divine part of you, this purpose that is you, can really emerge so that you can live your truth. And so in that journey, I went from, you know, really wanting to be normal and not wanting to be strange or woo-woo, and yet also knowing I had this connection to the other side. And I could receive information from and guidance very clearly and audibly from what I believe to be source energy, infinite intelligence, or divine wisdom, and yet there really wasn't a model for that in my life. I didn't know how to bring that to the world, and so it was a journey for sure of getting in touch with my truth. But my first real experience of receiving non-physical communication was when my brother died in a car crash. He passed instantly, and it was the first time I had ever seen a dead body. And when I went to his viewing, the room was definitely filled with grief. There was a heaviness to the emotion as we were all processing it. And I went to his body, and then I went to sit down, and within a couple of minutes, this incredible feeling of love and peace and joy just flowed through my whole body. And I heard as clearly as day him say to me, "I'm still here. I'm just not in there," meaning his body. And I said, well, where are you? he said, I'm still here. I'm just as here as I ever was. I just left the density of the body. And so it really opened up this incredible loving communication with my brother, where we began to communicate, and I asked him questions and he would answer and he would show me and he would guide me. And yet I was still very much in the closet about that part of my life. I was in the corporate world and traveling and focused on being successful in that world and being normal, quote unquote. Mm-hmm. And I didn't really talk about it much and tried to go back to my life. But, sometimes Source has other plans for you.
Yes.
As I went really through my experience of having cancer, I was forced to really lay on a couch and heal for several months, and I couldn't do all the things I normally would do to tune out that inner voice. And so I began meditating. Several different books and teachers came into my life to help me understand the connection and what was really going on. And then over a period of time, I started receiving the counsel first, kind of in the middle of the night, and then through writing, and then through a series of events, I started receiving them audibly. And again, this incredible vibration feeling of love and bliss and just absolute peace and knowingness would just come over my body, and I could feel the vibration of my body raising. And then the counsel would come through, and they would answer questions for people, and they would talk, and they would speak, and the wisdom was like nothing I had heard anywhere on the planet. It was the answers to all the questions I had that I couldn't find the answers to, and it just opened the door to really stepping into my truth and bringing the incredible wisdom of the counsel to the world, and then really learning to live it myself. And I think that's, such an important part of this process is there's lots of information out there, but if you want to change your life, you've really got to apply it. And it's not about, we call it the work, quote unquote, but it really should be a joyful experience to start applying this wisdom and teachings in your life and see your life begin to change. See the joy, see the bliss, the happiness, the purpose, the meaning, and the clarity that comes with really living the teachings and following the processes and using the tools. And I just feel so blessed to be able to be a vehicle for this love and divine wisdom, and just being a part of the incredible transformations that people experience from death of a loved one that they're suffering, intense grief, to finding a place of absolute peace and acceptance, or someone that has gone through a divorce, returning to the place of love within themselves and being able to trust again and create the type of relationship they're looking for, or creating the level of abundance and wealth in their life through, really tuning into their own self-worth and how to bring their gifts to the world. And then as we, really start to understand how we manifest our soul's desires versus, human desires. And for me, this was, and I hope many people can relate to this, but, we go through life a lot of times and we don't understand that our beliefs were coming from places outside of us. Our parents had beliefs, their parents had beliefs, our teachers had certain beliefs, our friends had certain beliefs about how the world worked. And unknowingly, we took on a lot of these beliefs and made them our truth, and not really questioning whether it's true or whether we want to make it our truth. And so a lot of my beliefs came from looking outside of me and saying, okay, well, if I had that kind of house, I'd be happy. Or if I had that relationship, I'd be happy. Or if I had that amount of money, I'd be happy. And yet when we get those things, sometimes it doesn't come with the meaning and fulfillment that we're looking for. And I found myself asking, is this really all there is? Is this what life's about? And that's what really guided me to, and I think brought through a lot of the answers that the council has brought in on how we manifest our soul's desires and really become everything that we're meant to be. And so that's really the foundation of the council's teachings is really beginning to shift your awareness from looking outside of you to really manifesting your soul's desires and tuning into those desires and then creating your life from there. And truly the love that we want is here for us, the perfect health, the ability to revitalize and heal and transform your body, transform your finances, and start living in what we call the new earth or heaven on earth or nirvana or utopia, whatever it is for you. It's here for us. And it's really on the other side of our fears and our limitations and the heavy emotions that we carry around, the guilt, the shame. How do we let those things go so that we can really allow all the inherent goodness that is here for us and really step into living in the new earth, which is available in this moment to everyone through your vibration, by changing the thoughts that you're thinking, by letting go of the things that really don't belong to you, like fear and suffering, and allowing in the things that do belong to you, which is infinite guidance always in every moment, which is peace, which is love, which is health and well-being. It's here for us, and I am just so grateful to do this work with the council to help bring in the wisdoms and the processes and the tools to help everyone realize that in their lives. So does that answer your question kind of about how the council came to be?
Absolutely, yes. Thank you. And, as you're telling your story, I'm seeing so many similarities with my own, and it's like, yeah, exactly, So it's like, it's interesting to see how some of us evolved, from where we were, to where we are now, and some of the twists and turns that we took. But it all came down to recognizing that there was something more for us than what we were seeing in the external reality. And a lot of that had, for me, was about going within, connecting into that love and peace and that bliss and that oneness within, and finding peace in that, and then asking questions from there and taking that inspired action when I would receive the messages and insights. And I have to say, for me, that's when my life started changing. So about 7-8 years ago, I started following my heart. And when I say heart, I don't mean my emotional heart, but my soul, right? So what my soul was wanting and desiring, and I started listening to that, it was very clear. So I made some drastic changes, right? But it doesn't always have to be, life-changing or earth-shattering. It can be gentle as well, right? It can be the gentle process of every day going within and asking yourself questions. What does your soul truly desire? And asking yourself that, and asking, what would make me happy today? What's joyful for me? What's expansive for me? What's light for me, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And to really all of our power is in the now moment. That's where your connection is. That's where inspired ideas and inspired actions and the love that you're looking for and the vibration, it's all in the now moment. But, to your point, and I think this is so important, we talk about going within. And yet if I give you the analogy, if you live in a home that you don't really like, maybe you've outgrown the home, or maybe you live with someone that isn't, the relationship isn't harmonious anymore, or maybe all of a sudden they're doing construction next door, or, things are falling apart in your house. If you go into your home and you don't like being there, it's not going to feel very good. And it's the same with going within. If there is deep sadness there from maybe your childhood or loss that you experienced, or love that you didn't experience, or things that happened that have hurt you, if going within means that's what you find, that sadness, then it doesn't feel very good to go within. And that's why I think it's difficult for some people to do that. And I know for me, there was a lot of that too, that I had to really go within and work through, allow some of that sadness that I wasn't even really aware of, let it come to the light so you can heal it. And doing that from the most loving place. If you think of, your child coming to you, and if they're sad or they're hurting, it's just you want to embrace them, and you want to tell them it's okay. And if we can do that same process with ourselves, embrace those parts of us so that we can begin to heal and let go, so that when you do go within, there is no better place anywhere than the joy that you feel within and the love that you feel within. But there's a process to that. And so I think for people that struggle with going within, be so gentle on yourself. Be gentle on yourself, because, part of this whole transformation that we're going through is about releasing these emotions that we've carried for so long that keep us from realizing the truth of who we are. And so honor yourselves, be gentle with yourselves. But I think sometimes it really helps to be aware of maybe what's going on when we do go within and feel some of those things, so that you know that you're not alone. Yeah. I'm so surprised, the people that are in my life and that have shared their stories, and people that come to work with me in the council, and friends that are also on this path. For a lot of us, our awakening experiences happened in 2007, 2008, maybe it started in 2006, but it's been about 10 years of transformation. And I truly believe, although my journey to my truth was not necessarily easy, I really do believe that where we are now, that transformation really can be a loving, harmonious, easy, quick transformation. It's just about letting go, really tuning into your heart, your soul, remembering the truth of who you are and why you're here. And this process can be really, really loving. And the council has shared that this time right now, especially the month of July, which is why I think this call is so timely for us to be having, because so much is going on. We think that the densest human emotion, the heaviest human emotion, we typically think is fear. And fear, even if it's a fearful action, at least still inspires you to do something. Right. Even if it's a fearful action, it still inspires some level of movement. So there's still a vibration to it. It's not the heaviest, densest. And then we might say, well, okay, hopelessness, that's got to be the heaviest, densest human emotion. And, hopelessness definitely, it doesn't inspire movement. It makes you stagnant. It kind of holds you hostage. But there's one thing that's even heavier, even a denser feeling, and that is shame. Yeah. Shame. Because even with hopelessness, it may not inspire movement, but with shame, you're hopeless, and it implies that it's your fault, that somehow you messed up so badly, or that you made a fool of yourself, or you did something so wrong that you're carrying this shame. And what we're going through right now, I truly believe, at this time right now, is releasing shame from your body, from your emotional body, from your cellular level, the shame that you have carried in this lifetime and possibly other lifetimes. It's time to let it go, because what we're stepping into as we step into August is an incredible energy that is coming in so strongly to create once and for all these dreams in our heart. And if we're carrying shame and we haven't released it yet, we will not be able to receive the gifts that are coming in. And this is about dreams coming true. This is about really big things starting to happen. This is about really starting to manifest in physical form your soul's desires in a very efficient, expeditious way. And that's what we're stepping into. But we can't cross that threshold into all of the things that are here for us if we're still carrying shame. So if there were anything that I would say on this call today, because I believe it's what's so active in the mass consciousness right now, is letting go of any shame that you have. You did not come here to this life experience to be perfect. You came here for the joy. You came here to experience. You came here to explore. And you already are perfect, and you always were. And so anything that's happened here, it's really an opportunity right now to give it to the light, to release it and let it go, and start watching your life unfold in the most miraculous ways as you step into higher vibrations of being and realizing the power within you and start living, and start isn't the right word, really step into living fully your purpose.
Yeah, wow, that's powerful. Thank you. Beautiful. Yeah, shame is so heavy. All right, so, wow. I'm excited about August. I've been feeling the energy building and building as well, and so there's just so many different possibilities that are available to all of us. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get the visual of, going up a roller coaster, when you're going up a roller coaster and you're so excited for that going down, you're so excited for the exhilaration of going down, right? But you're building up, and it's like you're stopped at the top until you let go of shame. And the second you let it go and you forgive yourself, you forgive everything that's ever happened, you forgive everyone, knowing that, everyone is divine in the eyes of God, no matter who or what they appear to be, or no matter what fears they have played out in this experience. When we can forgive everything and everyone, and most importantly ourselves, and let go of shame, it's like in that moment, the roller coaster releases and you begin to go on that exhilarating ride. That's the visual that comes to me is what's available for us all right now.
Yeah, I love it. Thank you. Oh yeah, I'm so excited. My goodness. I guess maybe in some of my calls that I'm doing, I think I'm going to work on shame tomorrow, and forgiveness, which I have been already, but we'll do an extra special call on that just to get that released a bit more, so that people can really step into their power and start to create their lives in the way that they desire, right? Have more freedom to do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
and the trick is doing it without judgment, right?
Yeah.
If we brought this to our awareness now in this time of talking here together, we're bringing it to the light. We're bringing it to your awareness that if there's anything inside of me that I've been carrying, like shame or guilt, that would serve me to let go, please bring it to the light so that I can release it. And just that really gentle permission of, if there's anything within me, in my emotions, in my thoughts, in my body, that it would serve me to release, please show me, please bring it to the light. And then let it come without any judgment. Just observe it. Just let it come to the light. Let it come to your awareness, either in that moment or whenever it comes to your awareness. And just don't judge it. Don't push against it. Just surround it with light. Surround it with love, whatever it is. Remember that all experiences, whether we deem them as good or bad, all experiences that have happened here, they all serve in some way. They all serve. And so take the gift, the lesson that you've learned from it, and then give it to the light and let it go. And watch your life begin to change. Watch your thoughts begin to change. But the trick is, once you forgive and let it go, don't go keep revisiting it, right? Don't keep looking for it. When you have forgiven it and you have given it to the light and you have released shame, let it go and use the process. If you want to change anything in your life, you first have to change the thoughts that you're thinking. And they're usually the thoughts that you're thinking about yourself. Mm-hmm. And so if there is an experience that you have worked on forgiving and you've let it go, you've got to train your brain to create a new neural pathway that anytime you start thinking about that thing, you come into the now moment, you take a deep breath, and you shift consciously your thoughts to a better feeling thought, to something that you're grateful for, to something that you appreciate, to something that feels really good. And you'll begin to change your brain, and you will start shifting your thoughts so that you no longer keep going back and revisiting the past experience. Does that make sense? It does, absolutely. And I found that once you start to do this type of work, you don't even remember those events anymore. Like they're just right. Gone, know. Right. Right. And that's truly releasing, Yeah. And just focusing on the miracles that are showing up in your life, and not just miracles, but just everything that's showing up in your life that brings you joy, and focusing on that and creating more of that for yourself. Absolutely. Wow. Thank you. That's a beautiful process. So powerful. For most of us, those moments of shame involve another person. Mm-hmm. And so we have created a neural pathway in our brain to associate that person with usually not something really positive that maybe they said or we said. Right. And yet in any relationship, I truly believe, and at least in my own experience, I can't think of one person that I have had a relationship with that maybe I have released some shame about that I don't have at least one good memory of. So if maybe these experiences are around a former relationship or a relative or a parent or a child or something, find that one moment that you remember laughing with them or embracing them and feeling their love. Just find the one most loving moment, and anytime you think of them, train your brain only to go to that loving moment. Mm-hmm. And don't think about the other things. Don't think about what went wrong. Don't think about what you said that you wish you would have not said, or what they said or did that you wish they wouldn't have not did. Don't think about any of that. Train your brain that if for any reason you think of that person, that the only memory left in your brain is a beautiful, loving, joyful memory with that person. I love that. And when we do this, we just, everything changes. Everything changes. Everything changes. And we all have the power within us. There's not one person that doesn't have the power to do this. You do. No matter what you've been through, and we all have had a different journey, but you have the power within you to transform anything into love. Anything. Whew. Yes, anything. I'm like, I'm not sure about anything, but yes, anything. And that's the thing. It's like we've all been through different events, tragedies, events, situations. But once you start to do the releasing of that shame and the guilt and focusing on that, those good moments, you're right, that's going to shift the energy completely. So thank you. That's a beautiful, powerful process that we can all start to do every day, starting now. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Yay. And, I just have to add kind of one other thing that just comes to mind. But, I think we are releasing a lot of grief right now as well that we have experienced. And I know I shared this with you when we were beginning to talk. But, we have been doing this work. Everyone listening is you're awakening more and more every day, becoming more and more conscious, beginning to realize this love that's within you. You're doing the work. And so we know that the truth of who we are as a soul is a spiritual being, and we're here having a human experience. And yet we think that because we're doing this work that we no longer experience sadness or grief. And I can say in my own experience in the last couple of weeks, I do sessions with the council all day long where they work with people that are getting over grief and sadness. And in my heart, in my soul, I know that anytime someone makes their transition from physical back into non-physical, I know for that soul, it's a beautiful, joyful process. I know that they didn't die. It's not the end of them. I know that they're still here. They're just in non-physical. They're just at a higher vibration. But I did not anticipate on any level the grief that I experienced a couple of weeks ago with the passing of my beloved dog and best friend of 14 years. Mm-hmm. And I just couldn't prepare myself for it. There was nothing I could do to prepare myself or talk myself into not feeling the sadness and the grief that I experienced. And so I think sometimes we think that when we're on this spiritual path that we no longer experience these things. And mm-hmm. and really, truly, we are here for the love. We're here for all of it. And if we don't love deeply, then maybe you don't get hurt. But the capacity of love that we are all carrying and that we are experiencing, when someone does make their transition or something changes and there's an end to something in your life, honor those emotions. Don't try to suppress them. Don't try to talk yourself out of them. Feel them, because they are healing you on so many levels when we let that grief and that sadness just come. And even though I was feeling grief and sadness, I was still completely in joy. Mm-hmm. You can still honor sadness or grief or a sense of loss that you're feeling and still be in joy and still be in peace and still experience the love that's here for you. So for anyone else that is going through things like this, whether it's a family member or a friend or an animal or an experience in your life, honor that and don't try to suppress it, because really it's all about the love that you have in your heart and the love that you shared with someone else. So it's all part of being human, and then we can just shift through these things a little bit more harmoniously and a little easier. But again, it's a practice. We don't achieve enlightenment. We don't achieve it and then we're just there forever. It's a continual practice. Yeah. Practice every day and every moment, catching your thoughts a little bit faster and shifting them, being aware of your vibration, and if it's off for some reason, just catching it a little bit quicker, looking for the opportunities to bring love, looking for the opportunities to find any place inside of you that is not of love, and release that within us. But be gentle on yourselves and honor that you are here in the human experience, and remember that it's a practice, not about being perfect at any of this.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Yeah, I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you mentioned that, because it is so true. It's a constant journey of being in the pause and being in the awareness and just recognizing where your thoughts are, where your feelings are, where your emotions are, what's going on in your life, yeah. And being present. And to me, that's what, enlightenment is all about. It's, like you said, it's not a journey. It's not just like you go to one level and then that's it. You still have to be cognizant of what's going on and recognizing, and then taking time to say, okay, well, wow, what's going on here? And then, sometimes there's more releasing to be done. Sometimes there's more clearing, doing something for yourself, honoring. I love how you said honoring your feelings, honoring your emotions, instead of pushing them down. And sometimes, the grief is not just for people, your pets, things like that, but it's also experiences, like, for example, last year I left Canada and I moved to Austria. I sold and gave away everything, and I came here with 2 suitcases. And so that was a big shift, and so yeah. I was grieving my old life and at the same time excited about my new life beginning here, but there was still that grief component for, grieving my old life that was now finished, right? And so take the time for that, right? Honor yourself for those types of experiences too. I did. So I took that time for myself and then worked through it. It was great. But, sometimes we don't recognize that those are things that we do feel grief about. Changes can be sometimes difficult, even though they're exciting, but they're still a part of us that we are letting go of, or, it's just time to move on, but you can still grieve what was, right?
Mm-hmm. Right. And the council talks a lot about being impeccable, and I think there's a lot of there's a lot of heaviness to the word karma. We create karma. There's a lot. It's heavy. It's really heavy. I think that word has been overused and misused and used to control people. And so I prefer to look at some how we use this term around being impeccable. So, if we're unconscious of our grief or our sadness or our pain, sometimes we hurt other people, right? You might lash out, or you may be, you may not be patient with someone, or you say something you don't mean because you're unconscious of the pain that you're feeling. You're not aware. And this is really what consciousness is, and this is what awakening is. And so when you can be conscious that you're feeling sadness or grief, and yet not act in ways that aren't impeccable, can be feeling whatever you're feeling, but be impeccable with your words and your actions and your behaviors, even when you're feeling that. And I think sometimes if we look back at our lives, which of course the council would tell us to live in the now moment and not live in the past, but if I look back at maybe a time when I hurt someone else, it was because I was in pain and not conscious of that pain or why I was feeling that. I was unconscious of a fear that I had that I was just playing out. And so when we're not conscious of it and aware of it, we can't choose our actions and our words impeccably. And yet when we are aware of it, we can still experience those feelings, but act in a way that is impeccable for ourselves and others. And I think when we do this, we really open ourselves up to even greater levels of love. When you're experiencing that, I think about what you're sharing, Alar, about, the end kind of one life and the beginning of a new life, the journey that you were going through. But so many people can relate to your story. And when you can use those moments to share and to find even greater levels of compassion for other people that are going through what you are going through or what you have gone through, it really takes us to a greater level of love. And I think that's, why consciousness is so important, is we can begin to act more lovingly, more impeccably, but still very much allow ourselves to feel whatever we're feeling as we go through these different journeys, of our life.
Absolutely. Yes, thank you. So I want to take some caller questions, from the Q&A and from live caller questions, but maybe we'll talk about the special offer first that we have, and then we'll bring the council in. What do you think?
Yeah, wonderful. I think that sounds great. So, I am so excited to share this with this community. And I don't know about you guys, but I remember very much in this process, wondering why I was here and what this was all about, and really wishing there was a guide or a course I could take of really how do I navigate this human experience that I'm having. And I understand that life's a journey and all of that, but how do we really, what are the processes and the tools for navigating the human experience? And so this was one of my questions to the council, and what they brought through to us was a series of courses which we call the Manuals for Mastering the Human Experience, which is a 5-part course. And then each one of those manuals has a 4 or 5-part online series with it. So the first manual is Manifesting Your Soul's Desires and Becoming Who You Are Meant to Be. And in that course, it's a 4-part course of really understanding your soul's desires, how to connect into the joy and the purpose and the meaning that is here for you, and really learning how to tune in, how to determine whether it's a human desire or a soul's desire, and start creating your life from the most impeccable place aligned with your truth. And so that's the first manual in manifesting. Manifesting your soul's desires is the first manual in mastering the human experience. And then the second one, which I absolutely love, is manifesting the love you want. So this is a course about relationships, self-love, and finding the one. So it's a three-part course, and it's about really finding the place within you to cultivate greater levels of self-love and create harmonious relationships, conscious, loving, harmonious relationships. And there are so many incredible processes and tools in this course on manifesting the love you want to help you communicate more transparently in your relationships, how to create a loving relationship if you don't have one, and then how to heal and transform existing relationships that you have that you want to experience even greater levels of love. And so that's the second course, is manifesting the love you want. The third one, which is one of the most popular ones that people just have gotten so much out of, is manifesting your perfect health, which is revitalizing, healing, and transforming your amazing body. So healing your body of pain and disease and illness. There's several processes and tools in this course for helping you to heal your body and also releasing excess weight, and really revitalizing your body. So people that are feeling really lethargic and tired, or even depression, there's incredible processes and information in this about how to achieve optimal health and wellness so you can really live a vibrant life. So that's the third one. The fourth one, again, just another favorite, is manifesting wealth. So tapping into your infinite supply of wealth, abundance, and prosperity. And the council really tells us that it is time to receive greater levels of abundance and wealth and prosperity in our lives. And in this course, they offer a whole new perspective that certainly I had never heard before around money, and it was very, very life-changing. So giving us the processes and the tools to access our vibrational escrow accounts and really tap into infinite supply. And so those are really all about beginning to master health, wealth, relationships, love, our own happiness. And then the fifth manual, which is so incredible, is manifesting the new earth and accelerating the great awakening. And this is really about answering the call to be part of the dream that I truly believe that is in every human heart, that we all can live in a place of joy and abundance and love and peace, and in a harmonious cooperation with each other, with the planet, with the land, with the animals, with the water. And what is the roadmap? What is the plan and the strategy and the how do we architect really beginning to live in the new earth? And so I believe that the first four manuals are really about helping us master our own human experience. And then the fifth course is really about beginning to step into the new earth and what's available for us here, and how it really has already begun in many, many ways. So it gives very, very practical information about what you can do in your life, in your home, in your families, in your communities, to start manifesting the new earth. So those are the 5 courses. And then we also have included a very, very special gift of $50 off a private session with the council. And so if you were to buy each one of these courses individually, it would be $555. And so we are offering the manuals for mastering the human experience for your incredible audience, Alara, for $97 US. And so I hope everybody will take advantage of that, and just there's an incredible amount of amazing information and processes and tools and teachings here. And so I really, it has been my deepest desire to get this information into people's hands all over the world so that they can start realizing the profound transformation that people have had with doing these courses. And so you can read more about some of the reviews and testimonials of what people have experienced, transformation in their finances and their relationships and their health, and in their overall sense of purpose and meaning. So I hope everyone will take advantage of that.
Thank you, Sara. And, in these manuals, because these courses, it's not just the wisdom and the processes and the teachings and so on. It's also the energies that are coming through from the council as well. So they're all embedded with these beautiful energies, that you will, sometimes even that alone, just experiencing those energies will start to make a shift in your being,
Yeah. Yes, and we're going to all experience that when we bring the council in, but absolutely, it's really about creating a new vibrational set point around all of these different topics. And so the vibration that comes in is really what's transforming your life. And when you remember that vibration, it's really a remembering of a truth that is within you somewhere, of a better way, an easier way, the way you intended it to be. And not only does that come through in the words that the council teaches, but the energy and the vibration. And so if you don't have any more questions about the courses, I think it might be a good time to bring them in. And I just really remind everybody that to feel for the vibration. We've talked about them, we've shared their teachings, but I'd love for everybody to get an experience of it, if that's okay with you, Alara.
Oh, absolutely, yes. I'm so excited. I know it's like, yes, let's bring them in. Let's feel their energies and their love and just their wisdom. So absolutely, thank you.
Good. So I will go ahead and bring them in, and as you well know, and everyone that's heard them, my voice does change a little bit, and they do speak a little faster than I do. So this, you can listen to this again, and so I think the most important thing to tell everybody is just, if you can, close your eyes and just be really present to the vibration that's coming through, and feel that in your body as you begin to hear the words of the council. So give me a couple deep breaths, and the next voice you hear will be the council.
Absolutely. Thank you. Yay. So I'm just going to invite you all to center in your heart space as we wait for the council to come in. And just open up your hearts and just be open to receiving.
We are so pleased to have the opportunity to speak with all of you on this fine day. And we come forth because we promised we would, so that you would never forget the truth of who you are, why you are here, and what you intended when you chose this life experience. And while our words are important, this is a vibrational experience. This is the vibrational experience of remembering the truth of who you are. You are everything you wish to be. You already are. You are everything you wish to be. And we remind you that you came forth into the human experience for all of it. But your life is meant to be easy and effortless and harmonious. And where it is not, you have forgotten the way you intended it to be. Life is meant to be joyful for you. Life is meant to be fun. You are here to explore. And we remind you that you are here in this human experience for the expansion of your soul. And everything that happens, whether you think it is good or you think it is bad, there is data and information in every experience that you have. And that information, it serves you. It serves the expansion of your soul. And you are here to express all that you are in human form. You are here to express the powerful force of love, the powerful source energy that is you in human form. You're here to bring that love, that light, that vibration that is you to everyone you meet and everywhere you go. And you are here to explore. You are here to explore all of it. You are here to explore the laughter and the tears. You are here to explore the joy and also sift through the contrast of life and decide what you really, really want. And then focus your attention and intention in a way that you begin to manifest and co-create that which you desire in human form. And so we come forth to help you remember the truth of who you are and what you intended. And your soul, the grander part of you, is always available to you. It is always guiding you. It is always out ahead of you, orchestrating things on your behalf. And so the more and more that you can release the heaviness that you carry in the human experience, release the burdens that you have picked up in the human experience. When you can let go of the heaviness, you will more easily connect into the power within you. You will more easily hear the desires of your soul, and you will align to the flow of life that will take you to places you've never been before, and it will guide you in the most easy, effortless way if you will allow yourself to get into alignment and let life unfold for you. So our friend Alara, where would you like to begin?
First of all, thank you so much for being here with us, and I felt your energy immediately in my heart, and my entire being expanded so much. So I just want to thank you for your love and your presence and all that you do for all of us so that we may grow and expand and really live the life that we truly desire. So thank you.
Indeed. We are here for you. We stay on this side so that you do not forget the truth of who you are. We are always holding the love for you, the truth for you, always available to you, guiding you, so that you never forget the power within you to do anything, be anything, have anything. You're here to explore.
Mm-hmm.
And so we ask you all, how is the human experience going for you? Is this a grand adventure? Because you intended it to be a grand adventure. You intended it to be a journey. You didn't mean to get anywhere. You're on a journey. And you didn't intend to get anywhere. You just came for the journey. You came to explore. You came for the adventure. And there is nothing better going on anywhere else that you're missing out on. This human experience is where it is. It's where it's all at. It's where everything is focused. It is a great privilege to be in a body at this time, having a human experience. It is a great privilege. You answered the call. You answered the call to come forth into a human body at this time, in this most important time in humanity's evolution, to bring love, to bring light, to bring your vibration, to ground your vibration into the planet, into the earth, into the land, into human hearts. You are powerful. You are courageous. You are strong. You are worthy. You are love. That is how important you are. No matter who you are or what you think you've done, there is nothing that could ever threaten your perfection. There is nothing that could ever threaten your worthiness. There is nothing that could ever threaten the love that you are. Mm-hmm. And so you're going to ask us, well, what is my purpose? What is my purpose? Right. I don't know. That's the question you all like to ask. What is my purpose? And if you can close your eyes for one moment and take a deep breath, we will tell you that you are your purpose. You are your purpose. So you decide how you want to bring your purpose to the world. What are the things that you are curious about? What are the things that you're passionate about? What are the things that you love? What are the things that you love to do? Who are the people that you love? What are the places that you love? Bring your purpose, which is you, to those places, to those things, to those people, and shine your light brightly. Bring your love and let it flow through you. Be a vessel of love and light. And your only job is to find the places within you that are anything other and release them to the light so that you can fully allow the widest, broadest, strongest vessel of love and light that is you to flow. That is how powerful you are. You think this purpose is something so big and heavy, but you can't get it wrong. But it's going to feel so much better when you make this shift in your awareness around your purpose and you start giving your gifts. There are things that only you can do. There are gifts that only you can bring to the world, but they come through you. So what are your gifts? You aren't all curious about the same things. You're not all passionate about the same things. But the dreams in your heart are in your heart for a reason. You put them there. When you chose this life experience, you put your dreams in your heart. And you would not even have the dreams in your heart if you weren't capable of living them. You don't all have the same dreams, and it may feel impossible, but we assure you, when you remember the truth of who you are and the power within you, you make everything possible, and you begin to allow life to unfold for you in the most easy, effortless, harmonious ways. You allow your divine purpose to be the life you live. You transition into a space of beingness, being your divine purpose. And then the divine plan can unfold through you. And that comes by tuning in each now moment to the highest words in that moment, to the highest guidance, to the inspired action in that moment. But it all comes through your presence. So we would love to go to your questions about your purpose, about this, and about anything more that you have for us. So our friend Alara, do you have some questions for us?
Well, yes, we have lots of people with their hands raised, so we're going to go to the phone lines first, if that's okay, and then we'll alternate between the phone and the Q&A.
Very good.
All right, so we're going to go to phone number ending in 3475. 3475.
This is Caroline.
Hi, Caroline.
Hi, and what a beautiful, loving, truthful call. I am honored to be here. Very, very honored to be here. Hi,
We are
Sarah.
so excited to be here with you, our friend Caroline. What is your question, our friend?
I know I am on purpose. My question, I don't know if I have a question aside from, am I almost done with releasing anger and grief from childhood?
So we tell you this, and let us start here. You oftentimes you have created these not created, you lived these experiences, and you in your brain stored the data of that experience. And so if things were highly emotional, you create beliefs in that moment. The memories, when something is highly emotional, whether it's good or what you would say is bad, the belief is formed in an instant and oftentimes unconsciously. So if in some moment you didn't get the love you wanted, you created the belief that I'm not worthy and I'm not enough and I'm not lovable. And you may be completely unconscious that you made that association and you created that belief in a moment. But when you continue to revisit and revisit and revisit the memory of what didn't happen or what should have happened or what shouldn't have happened, you continue to keep that belief very alive and active.
Mm-hmm.
And so we aren't trying to convince you in any way that what happened was right or that it was okay what happened. We're not trying to convince you of that. We're not trying to convince you to erase it from your memory. We're just trying to remind you that you didn't intend to hold on to something and relive it in this now moment, because it's not happening in this now moment. It happened in the past, but the thing that keeps it alive is your attention to it. And so our first question is, do you want to release it? And of course you'll tell us yes, but your brain has been practicing that belief over and over and over again. So the first step is saying, yes, I want to release it in this moment. If you're ready, we're not trying to convince you to release it in this moment, but when you're ready, it is coming to the place of allowing yourself to release that belief. And then, as we like to say, we want you to shift that, to pivot your thought from when it does come up and the anger comes up, to begin to create a new way of thinking, to change your thought around it. Begin to look for something different. Create a new belief. But the most important thing here is to decide in this moment, if you want to release it, that right here, right now, you can take a deep breath. You can accept everything that has happened. You can accept just the way it is. You can reach for peace. You can trust that everything that happened in some way has served you, and now you can release it, and you can forgive yourself. You can forgive everyone else that was involved. You can give it to the light and let it be transformed into love. And in this moment, our friend, right now, you have raised your vibration such that you have released it. And if you don't go looking for it again, you can begin to create new beliefs, new thoughts, new things to think about that feel very good. Think about the joy. Think about the bliss. Think about the love. Think about the opportunities that are here for you. Think about the powerful being that you are, and the powerful purpose that flows through you in each moment. And focus on bringing that to the world. Does this make sense to you, our friend?
Absolutely.
So you are anew in this moment. You are restored. And here's the word we will give you. What you're really looking for, and this is for you, our friend Caroline, and for everyone. What you are really going for here, right now, in this time, is returning to your innocence.
Yes.
Doesn't that feel good?
Absolutely. That's exactly what I meant about the grief, because, yes, it's the innocence that's in the past and gone, that I had missed out on, and that's, yes. Thank you.
So anytime, for all of you, anytime something comes up, take a moment, take a deep breath, and feel for your innocence. Mm-hmm. That is true power. That is where miracles happen. That is where incredible things, that is how you step into living in the miraculous. When you return to your innocence, the original innocence that you always have been and always will be. So if we could bring forth the most important information at this time for all of you, what you are experiencing is a return to your innocence. Mm. So, our friend Caroline, that was a wonderful question. Thank you. We love you, and we appreciate so much your this interaction with you.
I am honored. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Caroline. Check your email again.
Well.
All right, wonderful. Thank you. So now we're going to go to the Q&A. We have some questions that have come in, a lot of questions that have come in on the Q&A. So Jenny had written in, and she was talking about heartache. She said, sometimes our hearts ache so much that all we need is to release the pain. What is the best way to release pain and grief? Which I think we talked about a little bit, but you may have an extra message for Jenny. And how can we live a full life and release our painful spots, because they do exist, at least in our reality, for certain moments in life?
So wonderful question. We'll go to the second one first about pain, and really it is about observing the pain and not being unconscious to it. So when you are unconscious to it, your pain and your fear is running your life. And when you're conscious of it and you're observing it without any judgment, you can begin to transcend it. And so when something comes up, if it's a pain or a fear, many of you use the word ego, and we say that there's a lot of heaviness. There is a lot of misunderstanding about the word ego. So we'd like you to think about it as a personality. For all of you parents, you can understand this. You understand that all of your children have a different personality. Mm-hmm. And you love and embrace those personalities. You appreciate that each one of your children has a different personality. You would never say to your child, like, I don't like your personality, or stop being your personality. And it's the same mm-hmm. thing. We would never say to you, stop being your ego, or we don't like your ego. We love your personalities. You love your personalities. The soul that is you, your higher self, loves this personality that is you, with all of its little ticks and quirks and and fears and the way that you laugh and the way that you think, and we love your personalities. So observe anything that comes up as just a part of your personality. This personality that you know as you has had pain, has experienced fears. So you wouldn't tell your child to stop being like that. You just embrace them and love them for who they are. So when you can look at these things, your pain as a personality, just observe it like a parent who unconditionally loves their child. Mm-hmm. Look at your pain through the eyes of unconditional love. Don't judge it. Don't push against it. Just observe it. And that alone will soften it, will lighten it, will begin to transcend it. And to the part about grief, here's what we say. That the reason you feel grief about anything is because you have deeply, deeply loved. You have been vulnerable. You opened your heart. You let love in. That's why you're here. You're here for the love. And so if in your moments of grief, you can remember the love. Remember the love, because the love is the only part that is real. And the love can never be destroyed. It can never separate you. But when you're in heavy feelings of grief and sadness, you feel alone because the heaviness of that holds your vibration in a place where you can't feel the love that's there for you. But that person that you love, whether they are in a human body still or made their transition, the love is always there. It's always real. Even if you've gone through a breakup and you no longer even speak to this person or see this person and you're experiencing grief, you can reach for the love that can never be destroyed between you and that person, even if you never speak to each other again. The love is always there for you. And if you can begin to shift and understand that the grief and sadness is so heavy, that the reason it feels so awful is because you, in those moments of feeling heavy, you're not allowing in the love that exists, that is always there. So we think just your awareness of this will begin to shift it for you. But know, and we want you all to hear this, in the moments that you think you are the most alone, in the moments that you feel the most separate and alone and the world feels the darkest, in those moments, there are even more of us here, holding you in love, holding the light for you, focused on you, with you. And if you will just allow yourself to feel just a little bit all of the love that's here for you, you will begin to change your moments of grief and allow them to be an opening to the love that is here for you. Does that answer your question, our friend?
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. That was wonderful. We're going to go back to the phone lines. I'm in tears because of your comment about in those moments of your deepest grief, when you feel the most separate, that's when more of us are here for you. And that just, that's so powerful. So thank you for that.
And everyone is here for you. Your ancestors that you didn't even know are focused on you. Your loved ones that have made their transitions, your animals that have made their transitions, they are all here for you. But here's the other thing. And understand that the truth of who each and every one of you are as a soul is your higher self. And that aspect of you does not fully come into the human body. There is an aspect of you that is this personality that you know as you. But your higher self is always one with Source, always one with all that is. And everyone else's higher self is always one with all that is. So even if they're here in a human body, and there may be struggle with that person, their higher self that is always love, that always has love for you, that higher self is always available and focused on you as well. Always. You are never, ever alone. And if you knew who walked beside you, holding the light for you, guiding you, focused on you in every moment, if you knew who and how many were here with you, you could never, ever feel alone. But we're not. You have the free will to choose. You can choose to feel alone. You're exploring feeling alone. You're exploring not feeling your connection. You explore grief. You explore sadness. But you can just as easily explore your oneness. You can just as easily explore your connection and harmony and feeling loved and feeling all that's here for you. But truly, you are never, ever alone.
Beautiful. Thank you. All right, so we're going to go back to the phone lines and take a question from Florida, phone number ending in 1472. 1472. Hi, Nikki.
Hello, Lara. Hi.
Hello.
Hi, Sara.
Hello, our friend. How are you on this fine day?
I'm quite well, thank you. I have
Very
a
good.
question.
What question do you have?
I feel like I want to move to Central America because I feel like this is where I would be to start working on my life purpose, and I'm not quite sure how to get there.
Very good.
If that makes sense.
So here's what we tell you, and we want you to hear this, and this is the part that if you can get this, will begin to change your life in incredible ways. But the how and the when are not your work. They're not up to you. And so many times you are trying to figure out how and when, and you're trying to make it happen from your limited perspective. And we don't mean that to be disrespectful. Your soul, the grander part of you, has the highest viewpoint, has the grandest perspective. It sees the easiest, most effortless path from where you are to where you want to be, and it is always moving things to you and guiding you to the easiest, most effortless path to what you want. And so what is your job is to follow your heart. What is your job is to tune into your soul's desires and let it guide you to where you should be. But you've already got the hard part done, which is what you want. You know, you've sifted through the contrast of life. You've followed your curiosity, your passion, the places you love and the things you love to do, and you know what you want. And so now, allow the source, allow your soul, allow the universe to guide you in the most easy, effortless way to what you want. How that happens, you will never be able to figure out with your logical mind. Your logical mind will always be limited because you can't see all that's here for you. You can't make divine connections through your logical mind. You can't create synergistic moments in your logical mind, but they come from connecting into source, into your vibration, and allowing yourself to be guided. Now, how do you do that? You do the things that bring you joy. You do the things that make you happy, because that is going to be the thing that gets you into the place of allowing source and your soul to move you towards the things that will get you there. And sometimes, if it's not happening in this now moment, it's because pieces of the puzzle are filling in. There are other parts of this that aren't your job that are coming together in order to get you to where you want to be in the most harmonious way. So we would encourage you, instead of getting all caught up in when it's going to happen and how it's going to happen, we would encourage you to just be eager for it to happen, be excited for it to happen, but be totally at peace and surrendered to allowing it to happen in the divine right time and the divine right way. Because if you try to make it happen in your time frame, if you use your logical mind to try to force and effort it, it will never be as good as if you allow it to happen in the divine right time and in the divine right way. And we would also add, through the divine connections that you will make on your journey to the place you want to be. Does that make sense to you, our friend? Thank you. We love you, our friend. Thank you for your question.
Thank you, Nikki.
And we are always available to you. And we will add one more thing for all of you. You tune in to inspired ideas, and you get ideas, and like our friend, she knows where she wants to go, and that is a wonderful thing. And you think that you should have inspired actions every day, all day long, because you're all overachievers, and you want to take action and do and do and do. And yet sometimes there is no inspired action for you in that moment. But that doesn't mean that things are not happening to move you to your desire. Inspired action is only needed about 1 to 3% of the time. The rest of the time, you should be in a place of allowing. How do you do that? Through your joy, through your excitement, through your eagerness, through your feelings of peace and joy. And if you're in those places, when you're being in those vibrations, the inspired action will come very easily, but it will come exactly when it's needed, because the universe is efficient and expeditious. So don't force an effort inspired action. Allow it to come in exactly the moment you need it, and you will know by the way that you feel. And many times the action will not make sense to your logical mind. You may think that the inspired action should be something that moves you down this path, and you may feel like it's off path, but yet it's a step that leads to a step that leads to a step that'll get you exactly where you want to go, and won't leave anything out.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense, our friend?
It does. Thank you. Yes, it does. Absolutely. So I have a question from Grace, and she's asking, is there any remedy for overwhelm? It's impossible, she's saying, to live our soul's desires when we are overwhelmed, which I am most of the time.
So we have many things to say, but here's the easiest thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever is going on in your life, whatever it is, whether you're overwhelmed or whether you're living in a place that you don't want to live, or you're at a job that you don't want, or something has happened that you judge as bad, whatever is going on, if you can accept just the way it is right now, take a deep breath, come fully into this now moment, accept just the way it is right now. Take a deep breath. Feel for that place within you that knows that all is well, that everything is perfect, just the way it is right now. You are okay. Everything is okay. You are safe. You are loved. All is well in this now moment. Accept just the way it is and whatever's going on. And the instant manifestation will be peace. peace. So to our friend that's feeling overwhelmed, anytime you're feeling that, close your eyes, take 3 deep breaths, come fully into the now moment, accept just the way it is, and begin to feel the peace that is here for you. That will realign you to your truth, that will realign you to the power within you, that will realign you to your connection and your vibration, and then move forward from that place. But you so many times you try to move through life without alignment to your soul, without alignment to your knowingness, without alignment to your truth, and everything is going to be difficult and frustrating, and it's not going to come together the way you want it to when your energy is fragmented such that you cannot feel your power. So the first step is always to get your power back, get your alignment back, reconnect, feel the power within you, feel the love within you, feel the light, and then move forward. And our friend Grace, we assure you that once you restore that connection, that Grace is exactly what will be there to guide you every step of the way. Does that make sense to you, our friend Alara?
Yes, it does. Thank you. Whew, we're going to go back to the phone line, and we're going to go to phone number ending in 3155. 3155. Hello.
Yeah, hi.
Hi, who's this?
Amazing.
Yes,
My name
it
is Anne.
Hi, Anne.
I wasn't expecting that I had a bite in my mouth. Wonderful.
Well, I'll give you a second to swallow.
Our friend Anne is enjoying the deliciousness of life, and
yes,
and that is a great reason why you are here, to enjoy the deliciousness of life in the foods that you eat, in the smelling the beautiful flowers, feeling the sunshine on your face, tasting something that tastes so good for you. That's why you're here. That is so incredible. So we love that our friend is enjoying the deliciousness of life.
Oh, thank you so much.
What is your question, our friend? Very good.
Because I enjoy the beauty of life and the flowers and nature, and bringing my gifts into a way in that I can earn my abundance and bring my gifts into the world is what I choose to know.
So there's no abundance to be earned, our friend. You are already worthy of all the abundance that is here for you. There is an infinite supply of abundance, and it's about seeing it all around you, about finding it and appreciating it and recognizing it all around you. And so many times you're looking for the physical manifestation of things, and yet what we're trying to guide you to, what we want to bring to your awareness is that if you start noticing the vibrational manifestation of it all around you, the physical part is so close. It should be so exciting and so reassuring, and telling you that the physical manifestation is on its way to you because you're experiencing the vibrational manifestation. So our favorite affirmation is, and some of you have heard us say this, but we assure you that the vibration in these words, every time you hear them, is reprogramming every time your vibration a little higher and a little higher. And here's the words. Anytime you are noticing that something that you want is not there, it might be money, it might be a resource that you need, it might be a person, it might be a home, it might be a place. We want you to use these words. Catch yourself in that moment of noticing that something that you want is not there, and begin to affirm galore, galore. I have everything I need and more. Galore, galore. I have everything I need and more. Galore, galore. I have everything I need and more. And the universe, source, will begin to respond differently. And when you say, I have everything I need and more, that leaves nothing out. That means that all of the money that you need, the time that you need, the people that you need, the resources that you need, it's all there for you. Everything you need and more. And so if you can catch yourself anytime you're feeling, maybe it's even health, maybe your body isn't working in this moment in the most optimal way. But when you say, galore, galore, I have everything I need and more, you begin to physically change the cellular structure of your body to be able to support you in all the ways you meant it to as your vehicle to move through this human experience. But if you can get that affirmation stuck in your head and repeat it all day long, you will begin to start seeing not only the vibrational manifestation of everything you need and more, but the physical manifestation of everything you need and more. And so when we talk about abundance, when we talk about prosperity and wealth, there is an infinite supply available to you. And it is about understanding how to bring your gifts to the world. When you are giving your gifts to the world and you are in service of the divine, the universe will support you. And it may not always come the way you think it's going to come. That's not your job. Your job is to take this vibration that is you, the gifts that are you, and wrap a special bow around it and share it with the world. And the resources and everything you need will be there to support you. Does this make sense to you, our friend?
That was the most amazing response. Thank you. It makes total sense. I just have a question about what to say. Is it galore, Galore? Galore,
yes,
galore.
Galore. It means bountiful and plentiful and in great abundance. In great abundance. That is what galore means. Galore, galore. I have everything I need and more.
Thank you so much.
You are
Beautiful.
so welcome, our friend. We love you and we appreciate your questions.
Thank you, Anne.
Thank you.
Good question. All right. So I don't know how many of you wrote it down, but I did. So galore, galore, I have everything I need and more. So definitely you want to write that down and say that, whenever you can, especially when you're feeling lack and scarcity and so on. Wow. Thank you so much for that.
We'll give you another quick one. And as we have said, your soul is always out ahead of you, orchestrating things on your behalf. It has the grandest perspective, and everything in your life experience is happening for you, not to you. It's happening for you. And so if you can begin to affirm in your life that everything is always working out for me. Everything is always working out for me. Everything is always working out for me.
Mm-hmm.
That means you have total faith in the divine. That means you surrender to the divine plan. You surrender to the divine will. You trust and you know that there is a plan for your life, that Source is aware of you and it's always guiding you, and that you're not forgotten, that you're not dangling out here, that there is intelligence to this universe that is aware of you and what you want. And it's also aware of where what you want is, and it knows the shortest path to get it to you. But if you will trust that your soul is always advocating for your soul's desires, the dreams in your heart, the things that are truly meant for you, your destiny, your divine purpose, you can sum all of that up by saying, everything is always working out for me. Everything is always working out for me. And then watch, because you'll begin to see that everything always has been and always will be working out for you.
Mm-hmm. I love that too. Thank you. I'm going to write that one down as well. So I have a quick question from Zara. We're going to go with Zara. And she says, for some reason, I am unable to see the opportunities in front of me and I remain stuck. Could you please give me some insights on how to see and reconnect?
Yeah, so we tell you that if you are anxious and worried about the future, you have no power in the future. And if you are feeling guilt or shame about the past, you have no power in the past. All of your power is in this now moment right here. And if you will come fully into this now moment, you will be guided every single step of the way to your opportunities, and understand that many times you all ask us and you say, Council, what am I going to be doing in a year from now? What am I going to be doing 3 years from now, 5 years from now? I want to know the plan for my life. What is the plan? And we sort of laugh and we try to make light of it with you, and we say, well, so our friend Alara, what are you going to be doing at exactly 1 year from now at this exact time? If you could tell us what you're going to be doing, then we'll tell you what the divine plan is. We'll tell you the plan. And we say, well, what about 3 years from now? Can you tell us exactly where you'll be and what you'll be doing at this exact moment 3 years from now at this exact time? And you sort of laugh and you say, well, I don't know. So much is going to happen between now and then. I don't know where I'll be. I don't know what I'll be doing. I have no idea. That's too far ahead. And so we say this all lightheartedly, but we tell you it's the same way with Source. It's the same way with the divine plan. As we said, the universe is efficient and expeditious, but that only comes through being present to the now moment. If you are worried about the future and anxious about the future, your power, your energy, your intention is fragmented. And so it's not as powerful as if you would come fully into this now moment and allow whatever you need in this now moment to lead you from this now moment to the next now moment to the next now moment. But the shortest path to your desire or what you want, it may be different 10 minutes from now than it is right now. And 20 minutes from now, it might be even different again. Mm-hmm. And so you're not going to ever be able to figure that out with your logical mind. The guidance comes through being in the present moment where all of your power is. But we will give you a tool. And here it is, our friend. In this now moment, you can ask, what is my next perfect step? What is my next perfect step? And it may come instantly, and sometimes it takes an hour or a day or a little time, but the next perfect step will always emerge. So go from the next perfect step to the next perfect step to the next perfect step, and allow the divine plan to unfold through the now moment aligned to your power. And you will never, we assure you, you will never miss an opportunity. You will never miss a serendipitous moment. You will never miss a coincidence if you are present to the now moment. But if you are living in the past, you might miss the coincidence that's been orchestrated for you right here, right now. If you are stressed and anxious about the future, then you might miss the divine connection that showed up right here in this moment. That's why the now moment is so important.
Mm-hmm.
And ask, what is my next perfect step? Does that make sense, our friend?
Oh, absolutely. Thank you. That's another one that is worth writing down and saying when you're in that present moment. Absolutely. What is my next perfect step? I love that. Thank you. All right, we're going to go to the phone lines and for a quick question. That's phone number ending in 5705. 5705. Hello.
Hello?
Hi.
Hi.
Who's
Hi.
this?
Wow. I didn't know. Wow, I'm so glad. My name is Rosalie.
Rosalie. Hi, Rosalie.
And hi. And all the information's been so powerful. My question is, I feel like there's a piece of my puzzle missing, with my advancement, or what do you want, my soul and I being on this journey as a gifted healer messenger, but I feel like there's a piece of my puzzle missing.
So what do you think that piece is, our friend? What are you looking for clarity about? What do you really, really want?
What I really desire is to have the way to be seen and heard with the gifts that I came here with, that I've been working with Spirit so closely with.
So has anyone ever seen your gift?
You mean like, have I used them?
Yes.
Well, yeah, yes. I have at different times, just a short burst here or there, and then I'm kind of working isolated with Spirit now.
So let us give you a few things. First off, anytime you feel like a puzzle piece is not filled in yet, it is usually because you don't have clarity on this one question that you can ask yourself at any time that you feel stuck or unclear or off path or you need guidance. Ask yourself, what do I really, really want? What do I really, really want? And then let the answer come. So you want to share your gift more, right? What you really want
yes.
is
yes.
to share your gift more. So there's a lot of clarity in that. The puzzle piece is already filled in that moment when you got the clarity. The puzzle piece is there. Now here's the trick. What you've been focused on is that you're not sharing your gift. What you've been focused on is that it's not being acknowledged. But if you can focus on the fact that you are sharing your gift, and that in each moment you're present to being in service to the divine, of using your gift in exactly the way that is in the highest and best good of you and everyone else in that moment. So we'll dive into this a little bit so you understand this. So what you're oftentimes you have created this level of acknowledgement from others that, oh, if I have a best-selling New York Times bestseller and 50,000 people have bought my book, then I know that I have been acknowledged for my gifts. Or if I have X amount of money in the bank, I will know I've been acknowledged for my gifts. Or if any time I walk into my local diner, everyone recognizes me, then that will be my acknowledgement that I did good or that I was enough. And yet, it's not about any of that. It's about being in service to the divine and being open in every moment about sharing your gifts, about being a vessel for the divine to work through you, through your gifts, through your love, through your light, through your vibration, to be expressing the divine through you in each moment in a way that is in the highest and best good of yourself and humanity and the universe, what is in the highest and best good, and trust that whatever that is, you are in that moment being placed exactly where you are needed most. We have said this before, but one of you connected into your power, sharing the love and the light and the vibration that is you, fully allowing that through your vessel, is more powerful than a million that are not. When you are shifting your fears and transcending your fears and limiting beliefs, and you're transcending your shame, and you're transcending your guilt, and you are forgiving, and you are reaching for love, and you are giving all of this to the light, you are so powerful when you are doing that, that you're not just transcending it within you, you're transcending it within the mass consciousness. You're making it easier for everyone else to also transcend it. That's how powerful you are. And when you are in a high vibration, you are positively contributing to the raising of the vibration of humanity. And you can do all of that sitting in your home by yourself. But you can also do that in a community. You can also do that when you're in the presence of others. You can also do that when Source has created a divine moment where you have fully allowed your love and light through you in a way that heals another in that moment, or allows another to remember the power within them so that the healing can occur. Does this all make sense to you, our friend?
Oh, yes. More clarity there for me to understand that now. I've been looking at not wanting to be out there, not realizing I'm already doing it.
Exactly. And the thing that you want for someone else, if you can find it within yourself, you will make it possible and easier for everyone else. You want to share your gifts, when you find the experience of that you're sharing your gifts all day long, that you give others permission to share theirs too. When you are connected to your love, you remind another of the love within them. When you connect into your power, you emanate and you help others remember their power. But you can't do it from not being connected to your own. You have to find it within first, and then you begin to be a way shower for others to find it within themselves.
Oh, yes. I think that's more clear now.
Very good. And we will close with this one last thing, because what you all are really reaching for is you want to be way showers. Would you want to help others? Which you all do. You all want to be in service to others. You want to help others. And that is what we mean by being a way shower. You want to show people a better way. But we say to you, don't be the way tellers. Don't be the way demanders. Don't be the way forcers. Can you feel the difference in that and being the way shower?
Oh, yes. I feel the vibration. I know this is all true. You know, I just feel it. Sense it more than ever. Thank you so much. So appreciate getting on the call, and everything that you have ever had to say resonates with me. Thank you.
Good. Thank you, Rosalie.
You are so welcome, our friend, and we love you, and we tell you all that we are here to help you remember. This truth is already within you. We're not trying to convince you of our way. We try it for yourself. You can tell by the way that you feel that what your truth is. You're a feeling being. The truth will always come to you as a feeling. You will feel it. And the more and more you raise your vibration by letting go of those things that no longer serve you, this will get easier, and life will be more harmonious for you. And the things that you desire and the journey of life will become so much more effortless. We are always here for you. We are always available to you. We are here to help you remember who you are, why you are here, and what you intended when you chose this life experience. As we began our conversation with you today, you are everything you wish to be. You already are. You are your purpose. You are never alone. We are always with you. And you are so important. You are worthy. You matter. And you are so very loved. So we love you. We love you. We love you. And with that, we are complete.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That was absolutely magnificent.
Wow, that was just amazing. Thank you all for your wonderful, wonderful questions, and I could feel the huge shifts we were all experiencing with their vibration and with their love. So I'm just so grateful to have the opportunity to be here with all of you and to share their love and their wisdom and be a part of this. So thank you. Wow.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Sara. That was amazing. And everything that they said resonated, and their energy was so beautiful and powerful. It's like, wow, I know we didn't get to all the questions, but that was amazing. So thank you so much. And I just want to tell everyone as well that, to please to take a look at the special offer, which is available at awakentohappinessnow.com/Sara13. And so now you've gotten a taste of what it's like to speak to the council. So I definitely want to take advantage of the coupon to get a personal session, the $50 off to get a personal session with the council and Sara. And it's just a taste of their teachings and their wisdom, which is so profound. This is just a small example, but in that package there's like 5, manuals, 5 courses, 5 different pieces that are filled with their wisdom and their teachings and their processes and tools and their energy that can assist you to move forward in your life, to really connect within and start to create that life that you truly desire. So thank you so much for all of your questions. And I know, Sara, you have to go because you already have another appointment, but I just wanted to thank you. So this was beautiful, absolutely wonderful. So thank you.
Oh, thank you so much, Alara. I glean so much from these calls as well, and just the opportunity to collaborate and to connect with everyone in your community all over the world. So thank you. I send all of my love, and I honor the journey that each and every one of you are on. I know at times it can feel lonely, and I was really receiving the council's wisdom of just, in those moments that there are even more here with us in those moments. But just know that your journey is a beautiful one, and be kind to yourself, honor yourself, and I really send my love to each and every one of you. So thank you for the opportunity to be here.
Absolutely. Thank you. And thank you, everyone, for your questions, for being present on the call, for receiving the energies and wisdom and teachings. And please take those tools with you and start to implement them. Go back and listen to the call again to get everything, because there was so much. And take a look at, again, I said, to Sara's package, awakentohappinessnow.com/Sara13. And wow, this was amazing. So I'm inspired. I'm so inspired by this conversation. So thank you so much, everyone. And until next time, continue to live your life filled with joy, peace, love, abundance, and happiness. Sending you all much love and blessings always. Okay, bye for now. Have a great day or evening wherever you are. Thank you, Sara.
Thank you.